Well, I'll just say prepare yourself, guys, for old time's sake, since I haven't really said that in a while. Well, welcome back to The Rundown right here on the T3 Media Studios channel. I am your host. Let me just get my camera ready if I can, Chris Fagan. And tonight we're going to be talking about a couple things. We're going to go through our our most anticipated movies. I got the wrong graphic up already. Already starting to show all effed up. Ignore that thing to the left. We're gonna be talking about the most anticipated movies. We're gonna talk a little bit about Mr. Beast, and I'm gonna give a review of a movie I just saw and had a lot of fun with tonight here on the rundown. Let's just go right into it because I gotta change that graphic. Ignore that. That was last week's.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Joining me today is my wife, Joy. How you doing, babe? I'm already frustrated.
I'm good.
Outstanding. Also, still with us not in the physical form, she's in our hearts and our minds, virtually. is that Poison Ivy? Oh, Tabatha. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
I was like, wait, does your sound work? and back on the rundown with us is Mr. Comedy himself, Mr. Knowledge all day, every day, Giovanni.
How's everybody doing?
Oh man, I'm great. You know, just keep it between me and Joe. Man, I'm great, man. How are you? How are you, buddy? How you been? Good. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. We got our show to do.
Good.
Otherwise, me and Giovanni would just be looking at each other's eyes all lovingly, and for the whole hour. All right.
Yeah.
We've got time for dog bromance. No bromance going on tonight.
Jill's like, I didn't sign up for that.
It's too late for that.
And in the chat room, as always, is our navigator Nixon, keeping us on schedule. She's gonna make sure to type in "hurry the hell up" every time I get a sidetrack, guys. Always remember to we're gonna do the show into 3 acts. In Act 1, we're gonna talk about entertainment news. We're gonna go over the latest trending topics and all that good stuff. Act 2, we're gonna talk about reviews, some things that we've all seen, give you our thoughts on it. Like I hinted before, I just saw A Knock at the Cabin. I'll talk a little bit non-spoilery about that as well. And then we're gonna move into the 3rd act, which is our official rundown show, which don't believe the graphic that you saw before. We're actually going to talk about the most anticipated movies of the year that we are all excited about. So without further ado, let me just remind you guys again that if we're going to try to wrap this up within the hour, and then when we wrap up within the hour, we're going to go into our lowdown, our after dark, after show part of the show where we talk about more mature topics that you won't be able to check out here on this show, on YouTube regularly, on Twitch regularly. If you become a patron or a member on YouTube, you can check out all of our exclusive content there. But if we hit our target goal, you put in which is what, $25 this week again. $25 is a target today. If we get super chats or donations, and we appreciate you guys when you donate to the channel, we will keep the stream going, and you can see all the dirty stuff that I will say to my wife live on YouTube. Right there, right, babe?
Oh gosh.
Look, she's already shaking her head. She knows what I do. Yeah, you know you love it. Yeah. All right, let's go. Tabatha hates it when I do that. Let's get into the first. Gio's like, what did I sign up for, man? Let's get into the first topic.
That right now.
All right, babe. What's the first topic of the week?
From the Insider, we have YouTuber Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, defends himself after a video in which he said he was curing 1,000 blind people divided viewers. Mr. Beast, the world's biggest YouTuber, responded to online criticism after a video where he paid for 1,000 people to have access to eye surgery sparked criticism among some viewers. What does everyone, including you all watching out there, think about the hate Mr. Beast is receiving for this act?
Has anybody else looked into this, the whole situation going on with Mr. Beast? Has anybody else seen this?
I haven't seen the video, but I know about it. Y'all can share your opinions. I got my own. I'll let y'all go first.
All right.
I don't speak about it. I actually am I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I'm not understanding why there's controversy, I guess. Like,
let's just
paying.
I'll just simplify it then. Okay, so there's a famous YouTuber who's like the most followed YouTuber of all time now. His name is Mr. Beast, and it is very hot up here, man. You are right about that.
Nobody paid for this.
So Mr. Beast did a good thing, in my opinion, where he paid for a surgery that is fairly simple and compared to other surgeries, like pay for 1,000 people to get their cataracts cleared up, and people who are just straight up blind in some cases. And for years, he paid for them all to be medically cleared. Babe, you looked into this as well. He is receiving hate. He was receiving hate online from some people because his name, he calls himself, his YouTube logo is Mr. Beast. He's like, oh, so like they went religious with it. Oh, so like the mark of the beast. I guess you're gonna be making these miracles. I guess you're gonna start your own religion soon. It's like it went crazy. And I'll read out some of the things that people have been saying. But babe, I'll start with you. Did you look into some of these things? What do you think about the whole concept?
I didn't look at his videos per se. I just was telling you that I see on TikTok there'll be a lot of people that have videos where they talk to homeless people and help them, give them things, or do something, and that's supposed to be helpful, and they video it.
Right.
I get that sometimes it can be overdone, where it's like kind of annoying. You're like, okay, that's enough of that. But regardless of obviously we'll never know what his real intentions were. You're not going to know. He can tell you one thing and mean something else. It doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is, it could be a tax
write-off for all we know. But it's still a good thing.
The fact of the matter is, 1,000 people did get their eyes fixed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I get that, I'll see a lot of times in the comments, and again, I'm not talking about his videos because I didn't watch them, but others, people put in the comments, you can do something nice and you don't have to record it. Just do it. Okay, yeah, but sometimes people are doing that to let others know how simple and easy it is to do a nice thing.
Right. What do you guys think about that? The whole concept of why don't you just why did you have to record it? I mean, well, he is a content creator.
But
I'm sorry, Tab.
Go ahead, G.
Okay. Well, it's because he made it aware that this eye surgery is actually not expensive at all, and that he has the liberty to fix the 1,000 people with surgery that's not expensive. And when people say, "Oh, why did you record it? You didn't have to post it online," but he makes profit. Yes, he makes a profit by the millions of views that he gets, but he turns that money to fund his other projects that he's going to do to help more people. So because he gives money all the time, that's his content, that he loves giving back to people. And I find nothing wrong with that. Like, yeah, he makes a lot of money, but he gives it back to people that need it. And
right.
I don't see anything wrong with that. So I don't know if people get that the money that he makes, it goes to his other projects or goes to helping more people.
I learned that a lot of the money that he does make, I mean, of course, obviously, just like any company or any wealthy person that becomes wealthy and whatnot, the money, you're going to pocket some of it. You do what you do, you get successful, and then you live a different lifestyle after a while, right? But he even has a second channel set up where all of the profits that channel makes, and it makes, like, according to what the research shows, millions of dollars. He has a channel set up where all of the money goes to charities and things like that. So obviously, you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're going to be making more than you're probably giving away. But in comparison to other millionaires and billionaires and corporations who only do it when they feel like they're about to get canceled or they get caught in a scandal or something. Well, oh no, I touched my secretary's butt. Let me donate to a charity real quick to get out of it and stuff like that. Like I just don't understand what some people are criticizing for. You get mad when billionaires and millionaires don't help people at all. Then you tell people who do help people that after you're done helping people, you should now give all your money away and now live like a poor person. How then they can't help anybody else in the future? It just doesn't make any sense. My question to them is, his critics, What are you doing? I mean, most of the people who are criticizing him are the types of people who probably have never given to charity. This is in my opinion.
So that's a bit of my issue with this is, why is this a problem?
Right.
Why are they internally having an issue with, if the outcome is there are people getting help and there are people that are receiving something that they need and this person is providing that,
then he must be drinking blood from somebody or something like that.
Like, there are so many things that instead of them complaining that they could be doing to help maybe these people or to be doing themselves to participate in an act. And all they're doing is bringing negativity. So they're not being positive. They're not helping that person right there. So they're being a complete and utter hypocrite. Like, right. It's so hypocritical for people to comment these negative things and to have these expectations that they're placing on people that they don't know to do and live the way that they want to live and to do and give the way that they want to give. And just like you said, Chris, then they bitch about when they don't do anything. So it's a lose-lose situation. So people are just really pigeonholing people and making it to where nobody wants to even freaking exist in society because of all this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. This stuff makes me angry. This is the stupidest issue I have ever come across. Why is somebody bitching about people helping someone?
As I told Chris, not specifically with Mr. Beast, but just in general, when I see a lot of these videos on TikTok from a lot of different people, some of them also do it because they'll make a TikTok asking for donations. And so they're making these videos so that you can see what they're doing with your money that you've donated. Yeah. Because otherwise, if they don't make it, then there's people going, what did you do with all that money we gave you?
There are a lot of people out there who are less transparent as he for the and let me be fair, and I see in the comments too. I did look at this from both angles. I think probably me and Joe were talking about this before when we were setting the show up. You can't make that type of money, and he's now become the most followed YouTuber out there now. He has a very quick rise. You can't make that type of money, especially if you don't come from money, that fast, that quick, and whatnot. Just like Jeff Bezos. I'm not saying he did it quick, but you can't make that type of money without having pissed off, screwed over, or something to somebody along the way does not like you. Of course, you got a friend that used to be a friend, that used to be a business partner or something. Y'all are probably not friends anymore. There's probably 100 people out there that has stories like, oh yeah, me and him used to be cool, but now he's in. There's probably a Mr. Beast is an a-hole store. There's probably thousands of them. Some of them might be legit. Some of them might be just haters. You can't become that successful without like what they say, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. That's where the saying comes from.
Why is there a concept that everyone is supposed to like you anyways?
Exactly. Exactly, and that's the point. You're not gonna. Abraham Lincoln said that you can only you can please some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time. You can never please all the people all of the time, and that's just life.
You can't please everybody.
Personal opinion. For more than just these videos, I'm talking about in life. If it is not personally affecting you, what does it matter?
Because he's not giving the money to me. That's what in some cases what it's really about.
All these people that love to complain or call authorities or do whatever it is, if it's not bothering you,
I wish I had my for me sound effect up.
If nothing is affecting you, why are you involved in this? Like, mind your business.
And another thing is that he's bringing exposure to how easy it is to bring this kind of help to blind people. Like, it's an easy surgery.
It's a more easier surgery.
Yeah, and it's
others.
not that expensive. But to people who aren't fortunate enough to pay for it, he's showing people, you can be fixed. But like
for me,
I think he's trying to bring that exposure to the public, and that's another reason why he did it. And now that I didn't even know that this kind of surgery existed, and now I know, and millions of people know too. So I think that's a good thing that he did as well.
Moving on real quick before I go to the next topic. There was one of the examples of the criticism that he was given. If you mind, you see that next? I'll put the graphic up and let me show you what people have been saying here.
From
was it MK Ultra 2 Trappy? I did. Other people deleted. Blurred his. Blurred their.
What the hell is this?
Their ad, but they've deleted the account, so I don't care.
He is literally the Antichrist. He's performing our society's equivalent of miracles through these excessive acts of fake faux generosity, and is garnering everyone's undivided love and admiration in doing so. He will start subverting Christ's teaching next and preaching selfish action. Jake at best tweeter, he's gonna cure the lepers next.
Okay, my response to that is maybe. That doesn't mean you have to follow. If he starts a cult tomorrow, I'm not gonna join it, and then I'll be like, screw that guy. But he did a nice thing for 1,000 people. That's just the truth. Even if it's like I get a huge tax write off and I'm gonna get $1 billion tomorrow, he still helped those people, whether you like it or not. So, guys, let us know what you guys think. Share your thoughts below. We'll talk about it a little bit on another time, maybe on We Got Your Mail. But let's move on for the next topic. Babe, what's the next topic of the week?
From Entertainment Weekly, James Gunn is firing back at the idea that he and fellow DC Films boss Peter Safran are the ones who poured kryptonite on Henry Cavill's dreams of returning as Superman. Here is his exact quote, and I want to get your thoughts on it from the panel and in the chat room. I like Henry. I think he's a great guy. I think he's getting dicked around by a lot of people, including the former regime at this company. But this Superman is not Henry for a number of reasons. According to Gunn, the new Superman installment titled Superman Legacy will mark the true beginning of the DCU. This film is set for a July 11th, 2025 release.
He said dick. I'll start with you guys. Anybody want? I know Giovanni, I know you probably might have something to say about this. What do you think about this news that, hey, I didn't fire him, man. And and I agree. He got dicked around by the last owners. We all knew that. He was getting everybody was wondering why Henry Cavill was being treated the way he was treated. What do you think about this whole situation that Gunn's talking about here?
He already had a start. So you want to just start with a fresh new Superman again? I don't know.
Because that's the script that they're writing. It's a younger Superman.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because they want to. James Gunn wants to start his own DC verse, but Henry Cavill did an amazing job as Superman, and I guess the only reason why I think the big reason why he can't come back is because they're not proceeding with Zack Snyder's vision, and that this is James Gunn's vision of
and Peter Safran.
Superman. Yeah, and I guess because they're not going to go with the Zack Snyder verse, then this is the right way forward, I guess. I mean, based on what James Gunn has done so far with the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, I do think he has good ideas for what's about to come for DC. So I am a little skeptical, but I have good faith. So
what about you, Tabatha? He said the owner of the head of DC Studios used the word dick and Henry Cavill in the same sentence. I know. What do you think about that?
I mean, I can imagine anybody wanting to dick Henry Cavill, but that's a different kind of dicking.
Family show.
It's very I'm just using your words, man. But yeah, I guess I'm struggling with the excuse that this feels like. This feels kind of like a cop-out, whereas I understand that they're trying to go with a younger Superman, but why not create a storyline? I mean, I feel like Henry Cavill, I don't know what we mean by young, I guess, right now. Are we talking he's a teenager? Superman?
Mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
Mid to late 20s is what they're talking about. But here's the thing that a lot of people are now starting to realize. Henry Cavill also in another portion of that conversation, there is hints that technically Henry Cavill might not even be done as Superman. They are talking about multiverses. They are talking about other things, even though they're going to be and Flash might be the one that really sets the tone for what things moving forward. He says that Henry Cavill was never quote unquote fired or anything like that. So if they do dabble in multiverses, and I don't believe this is the last time we'll ever see. I do believe we're going to get a new Superman, Batman, and all these other things, but I don't think this is the last time we're ever going to see Henry Cavill. Because if
if
they
we
go with
do-
other storylines, with the older Henry Cavill might come back. He might have some gray on the side of his head, but I think he'll be back. But I'm sorry,
so
Giovanni.
down for that. Give me that man and some salt and pepper. I'm there. I'm there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gio. What were you saying?
No, I was saying that even if they do, it's not going to be in the main DC verse. They're
Right.
going to have, just like how Joker was his own thing. I think whatever came before James Gunn is going to be its own thing too.
Oh yeah.
And then they're going to have the main DC storyline.
He's already said that too in the same interview. He said that there is going to be the DCU, and then there's going to be an off-world DC Elseworld. So
DC Elseworld. There you
everything
go.
that's like the Batman with Robert Pattinson, the Joker movie, things like that, standalone. So they will continue to do DC connected shows, and what is now he is creating DC Elseworld. So look out for that. That's going to be. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. I think Henry will be
multiverse.
back. I think the multiverse is coming. All right, guys, let's quickly move on to the next topic of the week. Babe, can you help me out here and stop me from stalling and be back on track?
Netflix, the possibly soon-to-be blockbuster, reveals first details for the upcoming password sharing crackdown. Accounts will remain shareable, but only within one household. Let's run down the details then, and you and our viewers can discuss it in the chat. So, Netflix will require users to identify a primary location for.
Hold on one second. Wait, you said? I'm sorry. Say that again. I'm sorry, I didn't have it ready for you. There you go.
Netflix will require users to identify a primary location for all accounts that live within the same household. Users will need to sign into the home Wi-Fi of the primary location at least once every 31 days to ensure their device is not blocked. Netflix will use information such as IP addresses, device IDs, and account activity to determine whether a device signed into the account is connected to the primary location. If the account is accessed persistently from another location, it will likely be blocked. To bypass this, the main account holder will need to verify the device through a temporary code. Once verified, the traveling member can watch Netflix for 7 consecutive days.
Babe, you was talking about Blockbuster. What's going on? You know something that I don't know?
No, because I told you like about an hour ago while you were still at the movies and I was on the treadmill, TikTok blew up with people. Apparently, Netflix released a little statement saying, that wasn't for the U.S. We released that statement, and those are other countries. That wasn't for here. So, oops. Exactly. And everybody went, no, bull crap.
They said specifically that starting in March.
And it's because they got flooded with phone
panic.
calls. Yes. People canceling their accounts immediately, like, no, I'm not doing this. Everybody else is better than you guys right now. You cancel all the shows we like. So
yeah, fuck Stranger Things. I'm watching The Last of Us, but guys, I want to keep you guys out of the conversation. Who wants to go first? Gio, what do you think? You went first the last time. I gotta start with Tabs. Tabs, what do you think about all the people who are stealing your Netflix? So what, or is this a problem?
So there's a lot of things in play here that I have questions about. Is all the information that they're utilizing to track you? Is this legal? Okay,
the same technology, like IP addresses, the same technology when you log in on an Apple device and you're not at your normal on your normal device. So like
location, and it makes you do all that crap.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah. They're thinking about doing all that stuff.
I'm trying to. All they're doing is you're still able to share. You just have to go through a few more. They're trying to make it difficult for the people who are lazy enough to go, fuck it, I'll get my own. And you got the people who are committed to saving that dime. They're going to follow those damn steps. It's really just what it needs to be amounted to.
Step one is going to be identify where your account is the main
but you
home,
can arguably say, I got kids who go to their dad with their devices.
Yeah.
Well, what if they stay a month at their dad's, but all their stuff is set up under my account and my name with their
if your current location is what you designate as your main location, and then your kids go somewhere else, a signal will go to you to say, do you want to grant this person at this other location access? When you say yes, they have 7. They only give them 7 days.
See, but that's the problem. There's going to be situations like this.
Oh, yeah,
Do you know how many people are divorced in this freaking country?
That was the issue. They got flooded with calls of people saying, I have college kids who live hundreds of miles away that use my account. Husbands and wives people are in military that were like, my spouse is overseas and uses my account. And I mean, because we're married.
A lot of scenarios that they didn't all think about.
What are we supposed to do? That they were just kind of like,
because I know what they would say to like the divorcees and separated people and stuff. Well, then tell your ex to get his own damn account. That's what they're gonna say. But
they can't say that because you can actually designate in your divorce decree what each parent has to provide for the child, no matter of the location of the child.
Yeah, but Netflix doesn't. But Netflix won't be a part of your divorce decree.
Yes, it can be. You can decree that.
No, I'm saying the company does not have to adhere to whatever agreement you guys personally are into.
No, but I'm talking about if I have to provide Netflix, but they're telling me, well, your child is staying with this person. I go, yes, but I have to provide it because I'm legally required to. You're going to have to allow this account to go through because I have to pay for it. It has to be on my.
So like I said, because of the uproar and like legit the number of people that were canceling accounts yesterday,
right?
They came forward and were like, oh,
the backpedaling started. Boop,
they immediately were like,
boop,
oh, this wasn't supposed to be released here right now.
We were kidding. This was about Brazil. This wasn't for America. Calm down.
Quickly removed
because they were testing it in other countries,
which they did last year.
Quickly removed a couple of those things. So now
let me play that graphic again.
Now, when you look at the rules, they removed the section that says blocking and verifying devices every 31 days. And dedicate. They took that off now, and said
that's too much security.
Now the current new steps for now are the primary account holder just will get a code, and the person and like basically saying, do you know who this person is? Is it okay for them to watch? And you have so many minutes to say yes. And then they're good to go.
You know, that wasn't the.
That's great. I can do that.
That's what happened yesterday when the uproar occurred.
when they were standing their ground on this whole change last week, the main argument for them was, like when people were going, well, I borrow my friend's account or my aunt's account or my dad's account or my mom's account when I'm living over here, or my next door neighbor, I steal his, or whatever the situation is. And if you're going to stop me from being able to do that, then I'm not going to use Netflix. Well, technically you weren't paying for it anyway, so they're not technically losing. But what you're telling me is not only were they losing the people who were borrowing passwords, they were losing the actual main account holders too.
Because all those people were like, no.
I have kids. I have a person in the military. I have, wow.
They're like, it started at this price. It went to this price. It went to this price. I'm paying premium for all these multiple screens, and you're still telling me that's not good enough? Plus, I have Amazon.
It technically does say in the terms and conditions that all those multiple screens that you're paying for are for the same, they say specifically household, and they're like, but not different locations.
Like, yeah, but plus I've already got Amazon, Hulu, Apple TV, HBO Max, and they have better shows than you. No, I'm out.
Stranger Things is about to end, and Last of Us just started. Bye. Gio, you look like you're
Chris,
about to. Oh, what's that?
Go ahead, Gio.
No, I was gonna say one thing that this is really gonna impact is piracy, because
what about the pirates?
I'm gonna have to pay for Netflix, and then I have to pay even more so that I can share my password. I might as well just not pay for Netflix and then just like download it somewhere and like.
Are you advocating for the poor pirates?
My comment
not that I'm saying that I am advocating for piracy.
I was like,
I'm saying that it could happen.
He said, I may or may not be borrowing.
And my comment about Blockbuster came from the TikTok world, because everybody was commenting saying it's awfully funny how Netflix is pretty much the demise of Blockbuster, and now people are, you're about to get rid of your own self.
You know, I used to work for Blockbuster, and it was last year actually. I think last year was the 25th or it's whatever anniversary it was from Netflix has reached the same age Blockbuster was when the Blockbuster fell. Netflix, I think, was last year or was it this year? They are now that age. And it's funny how all these issues were starting to happen. Netflix will outlast Blockbuster, but I think this is the year that they are now the same age that Blockbuster was when they fell. But it's funny, on the same year that they showed a Blockbuster series and all this, and all these issues are starting to happen. Netflix, believe it or not, Netflix will not be the first major streaming service to fall. They will outlast some of these.
I was just laughing at all the TikToks of friends groups who were like, oh, we have a circle of friends and each one of us has a service and we all share. So like I have Amazon, he has HBO, he has this. And then we all just share that we're all each only paying for one thing. And I was like, okay.
That's called an orgy.
Yeah, sooner or later they're going to stop all that from happening.
So the thing is that, Chris, you were leaning on the definition of household. The definition of a household are the people that you consider within the house, but those people do go outside of the house. So the screens do not have to maintain themselves within a home. They have to maintain themselves within the people of a household.
Remember,
so I can play my.
Netflix is not a necessity, or it's a private owned company. They have the right to say that you don't have the right to share. What's that again?
Their terms are using the word household. Well, household also translates to other legal aspects. And Netflix does not get to define words. Our government and the people who utilize the legal entities get to define the words. But they are using a word that is defined differently legally.
What they do get to define is they get to dictate how is what is distributed from a product that they make, that a product for sale. And if they want to keep a password and the streaming of certain accounts to be with a certain zone of an IP address or what, I mean, these are the things that they're going to put in the terms and conditions. And
they can change it. But what you were saying was that
that's what their definition
be doing this
of
already
it was.
because of their terms claiming that within a household. My point being that everybody's sharing. Me sharing with my kids, even though they are not, like my one in college is not technically living in this house, is still a part of my household. Mm-hmm. So we are abiding by their terms that they define. So we're not breaking the rules right now because this is my house.
I would have to look into their argument against it. I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm just saying that this is their argument. When a person becomes a certain age and if they move out of the house, it's not like health insurance. This is a private service. This is not health insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Health insurance is a private entity.
I'm going into the whole argument that it shouldn't be private. My bad. I'm getting to a whole different thing. But you know what? You're right. I forgot what country I'm in. Damn it. but that should be something that health insurance should be all right. But this is a private a thing. It's not like but
private entity or not, the things that we utilize in legal terminology is defined by the legal entities of this. They do not get to change definitions of terminology just because they don't like it in their private business.
But then after that, then where would it? But then for that, and we'll touch on it real quick. We're like one more minute, then we have to move to the next topic. But then let me ask you this: where would it end then? Because then what about? I'm just playing devil's advocate. What about multimillionaires who own multiple homes? And you can just have a bunch of buddies who don't have Netflix and whatnot, and they're all well. Technically, I know it's not technically. I'm not a member of the family, but I am living in my rich friend's house for free, and he's allowing. I mean, if all these people who could be paying for their own account, they're just visiting. That's not a good example either. What the fuck am I trying to say?
No, as I say, what about Airbnbs?
What about? I had a perfect example. I'm blowing it. You know what? I concede. You're right. Because I can't remember my example. But there was one other thing that I think I had, but I think I can't find. Oh, I think I found. I have it. Real quick. Check this out. This is the funniest thing I saw on online that people on Twitter were using. Let me see if I have the graphic. Here's the argument. Here's the ultimate argument that I saw online against Netflix.
Let's see it.
A tweet from Netflix 6 years ago. Love is sharing a password. Now,
That's brilliant.
with all the
All the tables
legalese and
have
all the
turned.
things that Netflix is now technically, yeah, Netflix has the right to change their mind and change their terms and conditions. They raise the price, you can lower the price, raise the price, whatever, and all that. But when people can use your own words against you, it's almost like Darth Vader when he portrayed Billy D. Williams. I have changed the term, like be grateful I don't change them any further. I mean
This deal's getting worse all the time.
I mean, yeah, this deal is getting worse all the time. Well, look, I mean, unlike Amazon, unlike Apple TV Plus, Netflix doesn't have like computers and phones to sell. Netflix doesn't have Amazon packages that they can make billions of dollars off of on the side. Netflix
only makes content.
The only thing that Netflix provides is that streaming software service, and they've been losing a lot of money. So this is the way they've been trying to get it under control. Guys, I know we like stayed on that for longer than we should have, but because I was trying to play lawyer, but damn it, Tabatha, you're too damn good. All right, let's move on to the next topic of the week, babe. What we have next?
Beyonce just announced her Renaissance World Tour, but tickets will be sold through Ticketmaster, which crashed under the demand for November's Taylor Swift presale. Like with the Taylor Swift presale, people who want to get tickets for Beyonce's shows in North America will have to register with Ticketmaster's verified fan platform. Ticketmaster notes in a blog post that registering does not guarantee that you'll get tickets, and the verified fans who actually get a code to buy tickets will be determined by a lottery system.
I know I would love to start with I was about to say, hey, Tabs, since you shut down Netflix's argument, how would you take down Ticketmaster? But babe, I'll start with you. What do you think about this whole situation? You think Ticketmaster will be able to get this under control?
I mean, I see you have it in your notes here, but yeah, Pearl Jam tried back in the 90s.
Yeah, we'll get into that conversation. Yeah.
To deal with this because
they got destroyed.
Yeah. So I mean.
So I know it's one of those situations where the company might be too big to fight. Anybody else has ever looked into this, Giovanni or Tabs?
I have not. No.
So Pearl Jam did try to do this.
Yeah, they tried to fight. They tried to rage against the machine, and they failed.
Yeah, and Eddie Vedder even called Ticketmaster out at a like the big video that's gone around the internet at an award ceremony and all that good stuff. Look, I detest Ticketmaster. I really do. But Chris, you have a very valid point. When a company has such a monopoly on the access to how they run concerts and shows now, which is a whole other political issue and really screwed up in its own way, it's really hard to compete with that and to make a difference. And Ticketmaster, honestly, is going to screw themselves over here soon if they continue to do things the way they did with the Taylor Swift situation.
That's frustrating is people buy into it. I'm sorry, there is not anything in this world that I don't care who you are. I love music. I'm a band geek. Music has been my thing since I'm little. I play multiple instruments, but there is not anything in this world I could be a millionaire. I'm not paying $10,000 for a doggone ticket. I don't care who you are. And until people decide I'm not paying that, and no one buys tickets, and then they have to go, oh crap. Nothing's gonna change. People keep shelling out these thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars to sit in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense.
Yes.
They're
really, it's gonna take them really, like you said, taking a unity into not utilizing Ticketmaster for sales. It's got to come from the artists. It's got to come from the fans, and the fans have to stop being fanatical about getting these tickets. They're going to have to go, okay, we have to make us known to the artist that we're not going to allow this. Then the artist is going to have to go to their people and go, we are not using Ticketmaster for any of our tours. It has to funnel. Somebody with power somebody who's a bigwig like Beyonce is going to have to go, this is not how we need to do this.
You know what I mean, and I've only dabbled in the music industry for a little bit. Believe it or not, I almost had a record deal in France. It was a very small window. I blew my chance and then never came around again. Concerts are any artist's that's their major source of income.
Yeah.
Besides Ticketmaster, the ones who also gets the lion's share of the money would be the artists themselves. So there's really no incentive to the artists to play. That's why Pearl Jam, I admired them. I didn't understand it back then when they tried it, but I admired them for doing it because that might be another reason why Ticketmaster. I'm surprised that Ticketmaster's gotten away with this for so long, because isn't this technically like a monopoly? I mean, I don't know any other company that sells tickets or even can. They've bought them all out. And I'm sure, but I'm thinking the more these websites crash and more I think that will be the thing that'll probably get the government involved to chop them up, because it's too much of a monopoly at this point. But there was, I want to do a quick rundown on the Ticketmaster. How did the British say it? Controversy?
Controversy?
Yeah, no. How did the British say it though?
I don't.
I want to be fancy.
I'm not able to do a British accent. Sorry.
I have no idea.
I want to get fancy
I
here.
don't
I
have
can say
that skill.
aluminium.
All right. Well, I want to run down. Can you run down that for me real quick, baby? And let's go on to the controversy. How do you say it?
The controversy.
Controversy of
the federal class action lawsuit alleges that the ticketing company engaged in fraud, price fixing, anti-competitive behavior, intentional misrepresentation, and more for people that were unable to purchase tickets to Taylor Swift concert. In December of 2022, Ticketmaster once again faced controversy after an unprecedented number of people were sold fake tickets to the Mexico City dates of the world's hottest tour, the 2022 concert tour by Puerto Rican rapper-singer Bad Bunny. In May 1994, the grunge band Pearl Jam filed a complaint with the U.S. Department of Justice, claiming Ticketmaster had cut the group out of venue bookings in a dispute over fees. Ticketmaster secretly partners with scalpers to drive up prices for consumers, and Ticketmaster used stolen information to gain an advantage over its competition and then promoted the employees who broke the law.
How have they not been cut up for being a monopoly after all that? And I don't see how.
Connected, because they're connected to people higher up that are getting value out of them being able to do this, just like anything in politics.
If that is the case, maybe we should stop reporting on this, because I feel we're all in danger.
Well, when you do look at the tickets on Ticketmaster, and it labels out, like, people make jokes about it. Oh, they're ridiculous, and it's like, convenience fee, paper fee, typing on the computer fee, access to the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they just have a list of ridiculous fees. And
looking at the screen fee.
You're like, what the hell are all this stuff that's on there?
Convenience fee, yeah. What was that on Seinfeld when he was buying that car and getting screwed over? We gotta add the rust proofing. Like we gotta charge you for the key.
Yes.
He's like, we gotta charge you for keys. Like, keys? Like, look, how are you gonna start the fucking car? Come on. It was crazy, man. Look, I'm gonna start calling them Ticket Massa. That's what they are right now. Ticket Massa. That's how they act. My cousin Tabs over there know what I'm talking about. All right, we shall overcome. Guys, let us know what you guys think about Ticketmaster and all this controversy that they have been putting on. Jabs, you okay over there?
Ticketmaster.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next topic real quick. Babe, what do we have going on right now besides Ticketmaster? What else is going on out there?
The Bad Boys are back. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have officially revealed that Bad Boys 4 is on the way. The two show each other some love, and then Will Smith says, "It's official, Bad Boys for life, baby." Then they jokingly acknowledge that the third Bad Boys film was called Bad Boys for Life, and that they probably shouldn't have called it that, because now the fourth movie is on its way. What do you guys think the fourth film will be titled, and are you looking forward to this franchise continuing even after the situation with Will Smith at last year's Oscars?
Gio, I heard you hooting and hollering. What you got to say? You happy? I can tell you happy.
I mean, regardless of what everyone else thinks, Will Smith is a very good entertainer. He's a very good actor, but I don't know if people are over the slap yet. People still joke about it tons online. I looked at the comments, and it's never ending. I don't know if anyone's ever going to forgive him, but he's obviously still finding work, and I have good hopes that it's going to be a good movie. But
I agree to an extent. I honestly, I think people are over it. I feel like the people that aren't over it, and people who are going to be upset about it are going to still. If you're going to protest the movie and whatnot, that's fine. But there's probably going to be a bunch of people like, no, I don't condone what he did. But I mean, I'm not gonna take that out on Martin, and I'm not gonna take that out on. If the movie's good, it's fine. I don't have to. I'm not gonna buy or wear a Will Smith T-shirt or whatever. No, that's fine. But honestly, like I said, I don't condone what he did. What he did to Chris Rock was a messed up thing. But him not being allowed back at the Oscars, him not being allowed to be eligible for an Oscar for, what was it, 7 years, 10 years? I forgot how long that.
I think it was 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm like,
sure.
And
I don't condone it either, but I'm like, geez, if we can give Mr. Ezra about 52,000 chances,
Yeah.
and Will Smith really hasn't done anything like this.
Besides that,
yeah.
Thank
So
you.
why are we worried
I
about
said
this?
when we
Like,
last covered
geez
this, I said
Louise.
I'm never the type of guy to be more offended than the person it happened to. If him and Chris Rock can move past it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry,
See his
Taz. What were you
public
saying?
apology. It looked like it wasn't even genuine.
Yeah.
I mean,
What were you saying, Taps?
I just don't look. There comes a point where when you got two men that are doing their thing, they slap each other, they get their little hormones out, and we move on with this shit.
Yeah.
It's not like either of them are the most innocent people in the world. He made an incredibly inappropriate joke that honestly I do not think he should have uttered out of his mouth. I don't care if you're a comedian or not. I know people who have this medical issue. It's not something that should be joked about in front of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. And Will Smith shouldn't have done what he did. They both did two wrongs. Guess what? They did two wrongs. Let's move on.
When he defended himself, to his defense, to Chris Rock's defense, he didn't point out her condition. He just compared her to G.I. Jane, a Marine, another movie. And she has also joked.
Inappropriate joke. It's like saying every other word other than the N-word to a black person. That's not appropriate. Don't joke around. He's joking around it without actually calling out what the joke is. It's still inappropriate. With someone who has a medical issue that's out of their control, that they can't help, don't bully people. He was doing a bully move. Don't punch at someone with a medical condition. Make jokes about other things. He was inappropriate. Will was inappropriate. They both did wrong. It happened. Let's move on from it. This is just stupid.
So are you looking forward to Bad Boys 4? Any ideas of what the movie's going to be called?
Well, we've got suggestions.
I like some of the ones that are in the chat.
Yes, we've got Bad Boys, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Come on.
We've got the Geriatric Boys.
Nah.
I definitely like Geriatric Boys.
And Grandpas for Life.
Grandpas for life. They're gonna move on to a new generation. What about you, Gio? What do you think? What would you name the fourth one? That should have been called Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Grandpas for Life.
Oh, come on. It's gonna be called Bad Boys Forever. Come on, that's the name. That's the
Bad
name.
Grandpas.
They're gonna call it Bad Boys
Forever.
Yeah.
Number 4. Forever.
Yeah.
And ever.
Yeah.
Ever?
That. Yeah.
And
With
ever?
an
They made a
A.
big mistake by calling the third one Bad Boys for Life. Now they're gonna have to come up with something new for an actual 4. I don't know.
They're gonna call it Bad Boys for Life. That's something.
Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah. Faux for life.
Faux.
The 4 for 4.
The
Wendy's 4
yeah.
for 4.
Don't make me pull out my faux. Anywho,
I'm really digging Joy's
My
four
four.
voice that's coming out every time she says it. It's doing it for me, Joy. It's doing it for me.
What doesn't do it for you? That's
I know.
Anywho, guys, keep those suggestions coming. 2 + 2 = 4. Come on, Nixon. Any Bad Boys 2 + 2 = 4. That's funny. All right, let's move on to the next main topic of the week. What do we got next, babe?
This year's Super Bowl commercials. What do we expect? Which movie trailers and teasers might touch down during Super Bowl Sunday? The biggest game in football is anticipated by movie fans and advertisers alike, who are spending upwards of $7 million per 30-second spot of airtime during the February 12th face-off between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Already, brands are teasing their pop culture crossovers, with Breaking Bad's Bryan Cranston reprising his Walter White role to promote Popcorners. Alicia Silverstone's Cher isn't clueless, as if, in a tie-in for the online shopping cashback app Rakuten. And Mars Inc. will introduce Saturday Night Live alum Maya Rudolph as their new M&M's spokesperson. I've already seen a teaser for Alicia Silverstone.
I try to stay away from them this year. I want to watch them on the Super Bowl.
Well, it was a teaser. It wasn't the actual commercial. She was just in the original Cher plaid suit in a classroom, and she goes to the front and she's like, bugging. No, she said, why are you bugging? And everybody just was looking at her.
So
and then
she's taking it back to the 90s.
Yes. And then Maya Rudolph's had several little teaser spots of the M&Ms, because she's wanting it to be called M and Yaz.
Yeah, M and Yaz. I've seen those commercials.
Because it's Maya.
What about you guys? Any besides, but second to or third to Rihanna, there's Rihanna's performance, so what people are looking for in the entertainment world. There's the commercials, and then there's the game.
Dave Grohl.
What are you looking for?
Dave Grohl for me.
And what about you, Gio?
Either Ant-Man or maybe possibly a trailer for the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah. And I heard the Fast and Furious is going to have a trailer.
Oh, Fast 10. Yes.
Fast 10.
I look forward to the ones that are as hilarious as possible.
Yeah. The funnier the better.
Yes.
Yeah. Or a nip slip on stage for Rihanna. Whatever.
Most favorite Super Bowl commercial of all time is the Tide Stain Stick commercial from way back.
Oh God, the yelling,
the talking stain. My kids laughed at that commercial.
She says she's brought this up so many times. That's her favorite. It's my kid's favorite. No, it's your favorite.
No, I had it as a
commercial.
ringtone because the kids, they would just die every time they heard that sound.
All right. Well, guys, let us know in the chat box what your favorite, what you're looking more forward to with the Super Bowl, besides the game. Obviously, I mean,
Cocaine Bear.
Know who to root for. Who am I?
Yeah.
What was that?
Cocaine Bear. They're probably gonna show something for that.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for that line to snort that line. But anyway, let's go. Let's move on to the last thing. You know, I get so mad at myself, man, because I work so damn hard for these graphics, and the whole time I was forgetting to change the lower third on every damn thing. But that's my bad. That's my fault. That's me being crazy. But guys, let us know what you guys think. Now let's move on to the next act of the show. Are we on Act 3 right now? Is that? No, we're on Act 2.
Act 2.
We're just on Act 2.
Oh, we are.
Let's just get.
We got 6 minutes, man. Hurry it up.
Yeah, you gotta get on it.
How are we gonna do this in 6 minutes? Do we just forget?
Do it.
We can't.
We just do it.
All right. So what do we have next, babe? What's coming up? We want to talk about The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, episode 3.
Yes.
The Last.
Oh my God.
Did you watch it, Tabs? Did you?
Yes.
Was I correct? Did it break you?
So fucking hard the entire episode. I have never cried so much at a freaking show. It was ridiculous. Like, I cried hopeful, happy tears. I cried super sad, heartwarming tears. I cried devastation tears. It was so much crying.
I mean,
I can't take it.
even though it really wasn't, there wasn't any scariness to this one.
Not much,
Really
no.
wasn't a whole lot to do
was- yeah.
with. It was still really good, and it still
Yes.
flew by. It wasn't. It was the longest one.
It was a movie.
It was
a
yeah, it was
damn
like an
movie.
hour and 20 minutes, but it went very quickly.
You said you
My
found
heart
something-
still hurts
you
thinking
found
about it.
Joy found
Yeah.
something interesting about that situation. What you were telling me about on the way home about the actor and his
Oh,
wife.
I didn't realize who he was married to. I don't know. I mean, I know
What?
who he is.
The guy who plays Ron Swanson, you know, the conspiracy.
Swanson, yeah.
Gio, wait, before we spoil it, Gio, did you see The Last of Us?
Wow, I should really watch this show.
All right, anywho,
Yeah,
so you can
you
just
should.
you can
You
walk
should.
away and you can mute your mic or something while we talk about it, because we're going to talk a little bit about it.
Y'all go ahead.
So, yeah, I didn't realize. I mean, I know who he is, and I know who she is. I just didn't know they were married. They've been married for like 20
And they
years.
have amazing relationship
20
and
years.
are like
from Will and Grace. right?
Yes, Will and Grace, Megan Mullally.
yes.
And I told Chris, I was like, they just recently did an interview where he said he actually was going to turn down the role because he said he was too busy. He didn't have time to do this. He's got a lot of things going on. And that she was like, oh, no, you're doing it. No, you need to call him. You're doing this role.
She wants to see her husband with
Yeah.
another
And
man.
he was like, and I want to see you have fun with this. Have a good
Yeah.
a good time.
Yes, it was the most. Okay, so can I like do a little bit of spoilers?
Spoiler alert.
Are you okay? Okay.
Gio's fine, he's
Spoiler.
muted.
So like, okay, so when he acts this role of this apocalyptic situation where he's been alone for so long, and he has been a internalized closeted gay who has never experienced the touch of the very thing that he's desired his entire life, and he is well into his hood, and then to come across someone in the apocalypse of just distrust for everyone around you,
Right.
and then get touched, have intimacy, get the very thing that you have desired for your entire life. And the way I don't even know if I can call it acting, because I felt it.
The way he
through the
fought for
fucking
the way he was now ready to fight for something.
He was shaking.
He said
He was
when the
shaking
apocalypse
from
started that
anticipation.
he didn't care that when the apocalypse started he didn't care about humanity.
Yes.
He was shut off, but to find love after the apocalypse.
Yes.
Then you notice that he was when shit finally
He said
hit
he
the
hated
fan. I
people
won't
until-
spoil it. I won't spoil it too much. But when shit finally did hit the fan,
Yeah.
he was the first one out there on the line. He was going to protect.
Yeah.
And because we've seen that before. We've seen a family or somebody fighting for a child or something like that in these zombie movies or
this
something like
was-
that. But he was fighting to protect the thing that he never got when the world was quote unquote
Never.
normal. And he was like, I'm not gonna lose this now, kind of a thing.
It was the most beautiful thing to witness on a TV screen, to understand completely the emotional strife, strain, hope, desire, acceptance, all in a span of minutes.
Nixon is like, oh my God, I cried so much.
And then you still see those little peaks of Nick from the his little.
Oh, from The
Ron,
Office and from
Survivalist
Parks and Rec,
still?
right? He was in
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, wasn't he?
His, I think
Parks
so.
and Rec,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Ron
his
Swanson?
letter to Joel, like, I never liked you, but
And according to
Yes.
according
you're
to
my
the video
friend.
game people, that the note the only that was the original. That show
there
was all
was
original.
no story.
There
It
was no story.
just-
It was just that note,
That
and then the
note.
whole don't go into the bedroom. That was in the video game. But to that backstory,
Yeah.
the creators of the game were like, we don't mind that HBO or the writers would want to create something completely brand new, because they have a rule. If whatever brand new thing that they want to try that wasn't in the game doesn't elevate the story or is not better than the game, then we stick to the game 100%, and at least we have the game to fall back on, because the game is cinematic and it's amazing nonetheless. But when they read this story,
Elevated.
they were like, no, we're doing this.
That, and we laughed when they first carted everybody off, and he realized, I'm by myself, and was like, yes,
Yeah.
it's just me.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. When this episode was in the middle of it, when I realized where it was going, the first thing I said was, "Oh, the Proud Boys are really gonna have a field day criticizing this." They've been bombing it in the reviews on purpose. I heard that they made this true-blooded American kiss another man, and I'm not gonna watch it. And I can't. Or there was another review of me and my kids were watching The Last of Us, and my kids had to see that. You didn't have problems with the splitting head monsters and the blood.
Yeah.
But when the guy kissed the other guy, it was like,
Don't tread on me.
don't tread on me. I said,
I'm
wow,
serious, guys.
they're gonna go crazy on the reviews. What was you saying, Tom?
When I tell you this was the most beautiful story.
I told you, didn't I tell you?
Oh, you did. I literally went, oh my fucking God, this was the most amazing story I've gotten to witness. I have never been so thankful to see something on a screen other than that story.
Well,
People
have been talking, like, they're like, he deserves some sort of accolades for
absolutely
pulling all of that out, like really putting it out there so that you could see every dimension.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
And even though this is technically a horror, Tabs, let me ask you this: after this, now that you see where these stories, how rich they want to be with their storytelling, are you going to finish this one out? Is that it? You're now.
Oh yeah, no.
You're a fan now, right?
I'll finish. I was already committed before this. What this storyline did for me, though, was because it did
For me.
I have a personal connection to what this story is displaying.
Right.
I do. I have a deep ingrained personal connection to what this story is displaying.
Right.
And growing up in the South and having to combat the good old boys because I'm gay and constantly having to do all these battles that are related to this very core thing that just is so fucking beautiful. And someone displaying this every bit of love and emotion that can happen in such a dynamic way in a horrible situation, which is a lot of LGBTQ communities every day. And the pure joy that they're getting from this love that is happening in a moment where you wouldn't think it was happening, and the way he acted, and oh God, I could not rave about that fucking episode more.
I'm definitely gonna watch
it because I loved it that much.
Oh yeah, it was great. I'm definitely gonna watch it again before the next one.
And I'm super excited to see Papi Pedro on SNL Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Yes!
I was gonna play that. Go guys, go on SNL's TikTok account. You'll get a Pedro surprise TikTok on there. Go to their main TikTok account. It's pretty funny. All right, let's move on.
So for the people who haven't seen that show, how would y'all recommend it for someone who hasn't seen it or played the game?
I've never played the game.
You'll be able to enjoy it.
That's a Tabitha and Joy question right there.
I've never played the game before.
Yeah, you'll be able to do it.
And I truthfully didn't want to watch it at all. And Chris was like,
and I withheld sex until she did.
He was like, well, do you want to just see the first one and just see how it goes? And I was like, yeah, I'll watch the first one, and if it seems like it's too much because I'm not really a horror person, then I just won't watch anymore. But I was like, no, I like it. Let's keep going.
It's a horror show. It's a zombie show and all that. But it's like character development first. Like it's like 70% characters, and the rest is everything.
This show is not about horror. You keep trying to place it that it's about horror.
It's a
this
horror.
Show's not about
it is
horror.
Technically a horror video game.
No,
but the story is so rich.
Genre.
Tabitha's right. You're right.
And the episodes
It's
really
not a
go
horror.
quickly. They're all like an hour long, but they don't seem that way. You're not looking at your watch going,
yeah.
when is this going to be over? I got things to do. Like it flies by and you're like, we're done already? We have to wait another week?
There's people are going to say this is a horror, but 100% Tabitha is correct. The way, how rich this story is. Go ahead, finish that thought out, Tabitha. You're saying this is not a horror.
It's because to me, this is not the theme of this whole show is not horror. The
Right.
theme of this show is apocalyptic. And so when you look at it from that aspect, you're looking at the character development, you're looking at the storyline, you're looking at the world that's being created. You're looking at so many other things other than this concept of horror.
Right.
This is beyond that. This is, yes, the horrors of reality within an apocalyptic theme. That's what you're getting. But it's character development, it's storyline, it's world creating. Those are the priorities of this show.
Awesome. There you go.
Which should be the priorities of any good show, right?
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it's not. But that is for this one.
Anybody who hasn't watched it yet, shame on you. Shame on you, Giovanni.
Right?
Shame.
Right?
All right.
Shame. All right, moving on.
I got my HBO Max, so maybe I just might watch episode 1 tonight, because Arrow's been raving about how good it is.
It is.
And
Just like
really
my
is.
friend Emily, and thanks for joining the chat, Emily. Yeah, she said, it's the humanity. The humanity. Yeah, she's
Yes.
right. That's exactly what it is. I'm gonna let you and I don't know, G, are you watching Mayfield Witches? Have you caught up to that? Mayfair Witches.
nah.
Me and Joy, we just caught up. We kind of we did a couple of reviews on the show. It's the same universe's interview with the vampire Mayfair Witches, and I'm not gonna lie. Me and Joy, we were like, man, look.
This is one that kind of dragged. That you are looking at the clock, going, how much is left of this episode?
We was like, if these next 2 episodes don't get us, we were gonna tap out. But it kind of gave us just enough to go. All right, I'll go to the next one. But Tabatha, I'm curious to hear how you feel about it so far. What did you think about this the last or the latest episodes of Mayfair?
So I agree with you in the concept that I can see what you mean about it's a slow start if you already don't know kind of the storyline concepts with Interview with the Vampire and with Anne Rice's books. So I don't mind the slow start because I like what they're building in the sense of the backstory and what's going on, because there's going to be a lot of details as to what you need to know how this type of witch's story is going to be, because it's variations of what you think a witch is. Yeah. So I didn't mind that part, but I thought it started to really pick up with the last 2 episodes, and just like you had said,
it is starting to
and it's really pulling you in.
Yeah, 3 and 4 were much better than 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I agree 100% with that. And I like where that's going, and it's kind of giving you so what people aren't realizing is there's a whole community that you're going to learn about that governs this whole concept of this other world, this witch, the devil, that they're calling it now. So they've got to build to that.
4 ended well, so you're like, oh, I need to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
I got those cameras all wrong. But and I'm and I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, just like when I was joking earlier about watching Th3 Mama Thambi, and I'm like, come on, when are we gonna get to the next booby scene? Come on, man. Let me see what I really come here to see. I've been an admirer of this actress ever since what was that True Detectives, when she shocked the world in that oh God, guys, go watch her in True Detectives. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there wondering when her, because I could see it in her eyes. I'm like, I know she likes the brother. Go ahead. I know she want him. When is that gonna happen? And I got a little bit of that. I was like, all right, they got me for next episode. They got me. So I'm watching it for all the wrong reasons. I'm not listening to the story. I'm not listening. I'm like, when is she gonna have sex with another dude? Let's go. I need my scenes. Come on. And the story's getting a little bit better. I like it too. But guys, let us know what you guys think about. Don't listen to my stupid criticism of it. I'm just being a stupid dude about it. But hey, I like what I like. But I was going to the next thing I was going to talk about was I just went to the movies and I saw a knock at the cabin. We're running out of time, so I'm gonna fly past that. I'm gonna do my review on that separately after everybody's all gone. I'll do it after the show. I'll just say I enjoyed it. It's my birthday week, so I got my free popcorn. Thank you, AMC, for my free popcorn and my free soda pop, because I'm an A-list member, so I'm better than everyone. So I got my free soda, I got my free popcorn, and I had a pretty good time. I will say this, like, because even though it was by M. Night Shyamalan, it wasn't that there was I guess he did a twist, but I'm glad to see he's going in different routes. It wasn't the typical like he had to turn the whole movie upside down on its head kind of a twist. It was at the ending. You'll enjoy it. Go watch that movie. Go check it out. But I'll do a better review later on. For Act 3, and since we've been past time, I didn't do any of the commercial things, so we'll just go straight into Act 3. Let's go into our main rundown, which we are going to talk about the most anticipated movies of 2023. Guys, look. There's a lot of movies that are coming out. We're not going to talk about all of them. Some people's lists were larger than others. I think some were like 5, 6, and then other people had 20. Gio, I'm telling you right now, I'm only going to allow you to talk about 20 if you can get in position. You're going to cut it off at 20. You had over 20, so I'm cutting you off at 20 when it's your turn. But
20. All right.
So out of all these movies, I was going to run down all the movies that I told everybody to choose from, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go right into it, starting with and Nixon's in the chat room. I'll start. Well, Nixon is third. I'll start with okay, Joy. Let's start with you. What are your most anticipated movies of the year for 2023 that you're looking forward to?
I'm a simple girl.
In a simple world.
I am, and I love humor. So I'm looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I mean, again, it's humor.
No, wrong graphic. That's the whole list. That's sorry. There you go.
I'm,
Joy's most anticipated movies.
I'm hoping to see a good time. The other ones were good. I laughed a lot. The Ant-Man and Quantumania, of course. That's always the other. I love Paul Rudd. I mean, who doesn't love Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
And he's funny too.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones. I won't say because I'm not caught. I never did watch any of the last ones that came out. I didn't care.
I've only seen the third one and the fourth one. I have not seen the first two.
I've seen all the old school ones, and I did see the one with him and Sean Connery, and I didn't see anything after that. But I do want to see. This one.
Okay.
Even though I'm not really a horror fan. I've seen all the Scream movies, so I do want to see that. I do want to see what they're going to do with this without.
My baby's a screamer.
Oh, jeez.
You know you love it.
I do want to see Little Mermaid.
Aww.
That was a fan favorite when I was a kid, and my kids were kids.
You want to be a part of that world?
So I want to be a part of that world. Got to see Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
See how that.
See him in that new suit.
You know.
Want to see that booty?
Ghostbusters Afterlife. I really enjoyed.
Part 2.
I really enjoyed the first one.
Is this going to be called Ghostbusters Afterlife 2 or Ghostbusters Afterlife 4?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
I really enjoyed the last one. I had a good time, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Love Keanu. Got to see John Wick 4. I mean, come on. Got to see that.
Yes.
Yes.
All of them are so good.
Can't miss that.
Oh, God.
Now, my list is short.
All right. So just to recap, Joy was most anticipated. We got Aquaman, Indiana Jones, Scream, Little Mermaid, Ant-Man, Ghostbusters, John Wick, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Outstanding. All right, Gio, I'm timing you, buddy. Your list was ridiculously long. But
it is ridiculous.
I'm allowing 20. So if I can get the graphics.
I'll keep it short and sweet.
All right.
Keep it short and sweet.
Go. All right, go for it. What was on your list?
Sorry
about that. It's blurry, but
don't worry. I have my own list on the right side, so I can just go through it that way.
All right, go for it.
Number 1, Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania. Can't wait for it. Kang. It's going to lead to Avengers. Can't wait for that. Dune Part 2. I love the first Dune. I love how epic it was. Can't wait for the second one. Guardians 3. I mean, can't I say less? I mean, Guardians 3 is going to be. I know John. What's his name? The director of the film, James Gunn. He's going to do great with it. Mm-hmm. The Super Mario Bros. Movie, based on the trailers and based on what I've seen,
I think that movie's going to make a close to $1 billion. Okay.
Yeah. What? I mean, I hope that Chris Pratt does good with Mario.
Chris, don't interrupt.
Sorry.
But I have good faith that it's going to be a good movie. Oppenheimer. I mean, it's Christopher Nolan. He never does wrong with his movies. Oppenheimer looks like it's going to be an amazing film.
Right.
John Wick 4. I mean, from all the John Wick films, 1, 2, and 3, it's going to be amazing.
Tabitha, stop swirling your hair every time John Wick is mentioned.
Indiana Jones. I saw all of the Indiana Jones. The fourth one, not so great. But the director of this one is James Mangold, who did Logan. And just by that alone, with the director in this film, he's going to be great.
Okay.
One that I did not think was going to be good until I saw the trailer was Barbie. And the trailer for Barbie looks so fantastic that I cannot wait to see it. Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, and it looks like such a fun time. I can't wait for it.
Okay.
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Tom Cruise does amazing with those films. He does all the stunts himself. He's a madman, but we love him for it. He did amazing with Top Gun Maverick, so can't wait for that one. I don't know if anyone know this, but there's going to be a Chicken Run sequel coming out this year, and I can't wait for that one. I love Aardman Studios, what they do with their stop motion animation.
Mm-hmm.
So Chicken Run 2, I can't wait for that. And number 11, Cocaine Bear. This came to me by surprise. But this looks like a very fun comedy about a bear.
About a cocaine that meets a bear. Love story.
What did you say?
Yes.
It's about a cocaine that meets a bear. That's a love story.
Yes. Cocaine meets bear. And the trailer just looks so funny and hilarious and bloody, and I love it. I can't wait to see that one. The new Spider-Man. What's it called? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yes. The first one was so good. I mean, there's no reason why it won the best animated film of that year.
Right.
Like it is so good, and it looks, every page, every frame looks straight out of a comic book.
Yeah.
Love it. Love the characters. Love all the Spider-Man that are in it. There's gonna be more Spider-Man in this film. Can't wait for that one. A week from today, or kind of like that, we're gonna see a new Fast 10 trailer. And I know you're thinking, like, there's so many Fast and Furious movies, but every one of them is a huge success. The last one made over $1 billion.
Tabitha got on that last week, but go ahead, keep going.
I heard that Jason Momoa is going to be in it, and a few others that I just can't wait to see. I'm still going to see it. I'm a huge fan of the franchise. I've seen all the movies. I mean, if you're a fan of the franchise, I mean, you're going to want to see it as well. Ghostbusters Afterlife 2. I saw the first one. Amazing. The kids were so good in it, and a proper reboot / sequel compared to the 2016 one.
Right.
And can't wait for it. Aquaman 2. Love the first one. Jason Momoa does a great part as Aquaman. And number 16, Dungeons and Dragons. So
wait, we're at 16.
After I saw the trailer, I thought, you know what? This actually does look good. The CGI looks great. I love a good fantasy, and if this is done right, people actually look back and think, you know what, fantasy can be done right in film, because a lot of them are not done right, and this one looks very promising. So, can't wait for that one. Creed 3. I saw the last Creed. It was very good. Michael B. Jordan is great as Adonis Creed. I mean, I saw the trailer, and it looks very good. It looks very cinematic, and I love it's filmed in IMAX too. So can't wait to see that one. One thing I have not seen a lot of, I've only seen the first Saw film, and this is Saw 10 coming on this year.
Interesting.
This does mean if I want to watch this, I'm going to probably have to watch all the other Saw films, which I guess I could do that. But I love the first one, so I might just jump the gun and watch all the Saw films and see this new one. So based on what I've seen alone, I would like to watch more of this. 65 with Adam Driver. It's very mysterious. I don't know much about it, but it's set. I think he's sent back in time 65 million years ago, where dinosaurs are coming around.
Right.
I love Adam Driver. He's a great actor, and I will see most things that he's in. To be honest, I mean, and I saw the Star Wars films he was in, and he was great in those. But I can't wait to see that. And number 20, last one, Shazam. Shazam 1 was very good, and it's very lighthearted, and I like that they did a different take with that with DC. Right. So can't wait to see the new Shazam 2. What's it called? Fury of the Gods? I think that's what it's called.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't wait for that one.
That's Giovanni's most anticipated 20. And now we got Tabatha, let's move on to Tab. What do you got? What you got? What's your most anticipated movies of the year that you haven't seen yet?
So I think it's pretty obvious that my most anticipated is going to be John Wick 4.
I am
literally
shocked.
have John Wick.
Shocked. I am so shocked.
I literally have John Wick tattooed on me. It is
No
my
way.
most anticipated. I do.
You like Keanu too?
Like legit.
Where is it?
It's on my calf.
Oh, okay.
It's on my whole calf.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's like it's right here.
It's right there on my calf.
What was
but
that
then,
scene
like,
from
Guardians of-
Chappelle Show?
Guardians of the
Dylon,
Galaxy.
Dylon. That's it. Keanu.
What?
Oh, go ahead. My fault.
So John Wick 4, Guardians of the Galaxy. Really, I just love that humor, that type of style of movie. I think it's hilarious. Dungeons and Dragons. Gio made a lot of really good points. I really feel like this might be like a Deadpool type humor into the fantasy world, which I am so excited about. So I think I really, really want that to work. What else? Where was I? What else am I at? Oh,
Cocaine. The love story, cocaine.
the one I can't ever pronounce it. It's the freaking French word.
Oh,
French word?
Chevalier.
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 Chevalier?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about that movie. I love me a good period piece, so I'm excited to see what happens with that one. I can't read the pictures, and I don't have my list in front of me because it's blurry. What are the two on the very far right? Because I've forgotten. The Renfield.
Elemental and Super Mario Brothers.
No, Renfield, the Dracula.
Oh, so yeah, Renfield, the Nick Cage movie. I just saw that trailer
Yes.
for the first time today.
It's
wow.
gonna be so
Yeah,
good.
it's gonna be
so
good.
good. I'm so excited. Yeah, very excited about that.
And you had Cocaine Bear on
Wonka,
there.
I'm really excited about because they're going to be showing his backstory, which is actually quite traumatic, and they kind of set that up with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which I thought was really cool to kind of give you a little taste of that. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that.
And Timothy
Little
Chalamet.
Mermaid, of course. I'm sorry?
With Timothy
And
Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. He's playing the character.
Yeah.
Yes. And Little Mermaid, I'm really excited for. That was one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid. I wanted red hair like hers. I actually got it when I was an adult. That's like how much I love Little Mermaid. Elementals, I'm excited to see with the kids. It's actually one we saw like the poster for, and the kids were very excited about it. And then what was the last one? Oh, the Super Mario Brothers.
Did you
movie.
did you
Very excited
mention
about
you mentioned Cocaine Bear, right? You didn't skip that one, did you?
Oh, no, I didn't. Well, I think I mentioned it before. I'm actually really excited about Cocaine Bear. I think that Cocaine Bear is going to be freaking hilarious, and I love that kind of humor in a movie. And I really love this ridiculous concept brought into this humorous way, and just kind of having this all-star cast with the most ridiculous concept for a storyline. It's just magic. I love it.
I love movies like that, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, guys, then let me fix my screen here real quick. Okay. Let me do an honorable mention because she couldn't be here with the chat, but she's in the chat room. I'll just speed through it real quick. Nixon's most anticipated. Nixon, if you want to do a recording of this one later, you can. But Nixon had Scream 6, John Wick, Super Mario Brothers, The Machine. Oh my goodness, what was the? I had it. I forgot the name of it, and I don't have it written down for me, so I'm going to skip the next one. Sorry about that. But if you can put it in the chat, the one in the top right corner, Little Mermaid, The Marvels, Gran Turismo, Pain Hustlers, and Dune Part 2. That was Nixon, and Nixon will record that one ourselves later. But for the correct list, which is my list, guys. No, I'm just playing.
The correct list.
No, it's all.
I know. We tolerate him. It's okay.
It's all subjective.
Yeah.
Chris's most, and this is Chris Picks. I have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. Can't wait to see that. Cocaine Bear. I just saw that trailer again today when I went to the movies. That bear, man, gotta see it. Creed 3. I'm excited about that because the brothers are jacked. They look like me. But obviously they can't compare with my six pack. Anyway, Scream 6 because I have a funny feeling that we are being duped and Sydney is in it and maybe she's the killer. No, I'm just maybe not. I'm looking forward to that. I also feel like Courtney Cox is out of here. Believe it or not, I'm looking forward to Little Mermaid. I want to support her especially because of all that hate that she was getting. So I definitely want to see how that one turns out. I think the effects of that is going to be great. Mission Impossible wasn't a franchise that I liked when it first started off, but just like Fast and the Furious, it got better every time they dropped.
I
a new
agree
one.
with that.
Ghostbusters 4, I guess that's what it's called. That's another one that I'm really excited about. I love movies where the kids are the heroes. I love those types of movies. That always pumps me up. And of course, Baba Yaga. I'm looking forward to seeing him as well. We've all had that on our list, right? And the movie that I'm going to force Tabatha to watch with me, Evil Dead Rises. Woo! She will not watch that at all.
I've seen Evil Dead.
You will watch Evil Dead Rises with me, right?
They're not that scary. They're just very gory.
That's not scary. It's like stupid humor mixed with like Kill Bill style gore.
Yeah. AKA Oscar. Anywho, Super Mario Brothers, I think that movie's been sneaking up on people, man. It's like, man, I'm really excited about that Super Mario. It's got a fun energy to it. People are trying to hate on it with the voice. Okay, I get it, whatever. But the movie as a whole, every time I see a trailer, it looks great. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yeah. I think they're gonna kill the raccoon. I'm just saying. Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse. That was a huge surprise. I love that for the first one. I can't wait to see what they do with this one. It's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a mind blowing type of a movie. Believe it or not, I'm looking forward to seeing why DC gave Ezra's infinite lives and chances, because they kept saying, despite the controversy, the director made a great movie. So I'm no longer calling this an Ezra Miller movie. I'm gonna all credit to this director. Everybody's saying that this director did a great job with this movie. So I'm looking forward to seeing what type of job that he did with The Flash. And I gotta support the girls, the Marvels. Ms. Marvel herself from that TV series. She was funny as hell. She was adorable. I loved her. I want to see her and Brie Larson mix it up. I can't wait to see that as well. And then last but not least, I want to see my man Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom. I want to see how that goes. So guys, that's our most anticipated of the upcoming year. It's of 2023. I know we're already currently in it, but this is what's on the slate.
The one you missed was Pod Generation.
Pod Generation. Thanks, Nick. That was the one. That's the movie that I missed. That was the one that was at the top corner. It's called Pod Generation. Guys, thank you guys for bearing with us on another episode of The Rundown. We will not be going into overtime this time because we kind of went over and everything. But guys, thanks for the support in the chat room. If you have any, all your suggestions, your questions, comments, concerns, if you have your own rundown that you want us to share, share it, put it in the box. If you're watching this live, or put it in the live chat. If you're watching this after the fact, put anything that you want to run down, like your most anticipated movie, your favorite horror movies, your favorite Keanu Reeves, John Wick moments, whatever you want to do. That your favorite sex scenes in when the Witches of Mayfair. I don't know. That's my list right there.
And why Cocaine Bear is your most favorite film of the
years. Cocaine Bear, a love story by Giovanni. Right? The love story. A bear finds cocaine, they fall in love,
cocaine,
and then they tear through a bunch of people. But yeah, let me run down the panel real quick and thank the crew real quick, starting with Giovanni. Where can people find you online when they want to reach out and talk to you?
Yeah, this is Gio. You can follow me at The Unoriginal Comics on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that jazz. Follow me there.
I didn't create a lower third, my bad. So I'll put that in the description box later on. Also joining us virtually, I keep wanting to say Poison Ivy. Man, it's like, wow. Like, where do tabs go? Where can they find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Tabatha.Jordan.18, and then on TikTok at Let's Have Fun 012 and Let's Have Fun 012 _ back up, because TikTok hates me. So yeah, those are those two places.
TikTok needs to watch the 3rd episode of Last of Us. And babe, if they want to find you online, where can people go?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan. Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy. I have an Etsy store that's Scrub Caps and More by Joy. Check it out. I got nice hats.
Hey, Joy,
Yes.
what's the more? Because I'm really curious about what the more is.
Anywho, we can't talk about that. Just
What?
take your shoes
What?
off later, babe. We got to get those pictures ready. Guys, if you want to reach out to me, let's take tabs. Stop trying to call out our side hustle. Guys, if you want to reach out to me, I'm at CW Fagan on all the social medias, or at T3 Medias with the S at the end. I'm the one monitoring that. Thanks for everybody in the live chat. Ratch, Nixon, everybody keeping the chat alive. I appreciate you.
Rach. It's Rach.
It says
You say
Ratch.
Ratch.
Rach.
You did.
My bad. Now I'm
It's
going to get
Rach.
punched in the face. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
sorry.
like, are you Rachel or are you Ratchet? I'm trying to figure out.
Is it Rachel?
It's
Okay.
Rach.
Don't stop helping me dig the hole deeper, guys. I'm trying to get out. All right, guys. Thank you, Rach. The wonderful, awesome, non-eyeball punching Rach for joining us in live chat. Thanks to Navigator Nixon for helping us out in the chat as well, guys. Appreciate you guys this time. And until next time, have a Mick Ratchet is what she said. Ha ha. So I was correct. That's what she just said in the chat. Right. Mick Ratchet. So I guess she's giving me a pass on that. But guys, appreciate it, guys. And until next time, have a good one.
Guys, that's the end of this episode of The Rundown. Remember to like this video, become a subscriber, and share. This really does help us out. And